that. But anyways, what's next for Usyk?
Ooh.
Or what's
Right.
next for Taker?
So before the fight, he mentioned that he wanted to go back down to cruiserweight.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So I just wanted to throw it out there of the list of active cruiserweight champions right now.
Oh
So we
yeah.
got that ticking at the bottom.
Okay.
So these are some potential future matchups right there.
Badu
But
Jack. Okay, my bad. Gilbert Ruiz and Joe Apatea.
So these are some matches, instant matchups that we could see. Because I doubt he doesn't need a tune up to go down. Like he's and he doesn't have that many fights left, in my opinion.
Salute to Badu Jack for making this resurgence. From I thought he was gonna be done like 4 years ago. Like
wasn't he the one that partnered with like Triller during COVID? Like
yeah, because he was after his the one fight where he split his head and lost. But he had one of the worst. I
that
think.
That was on the Pacquiao card. Was that? What Pacquiao card was that?
There, I was
terrible
like,
cut.
Terrible cut. And then I mean, he was. We thought he was on the other side of the hill, man. He was done, and he clawed his way back, into because he fought even on the same card. I think it was Triller when Darren Williams fought Frank Gore. Remember?
Like that.
And Badu Jack has a mandatory, I believe, by the cruiserweight that was on our friend of the show S3's card a couple weeks ago. Ryan Rosinski. So Badu Jack should be getting back in the ring here pretty soon.
How old is he? Is he 40 something? He's been around for a long time.
Badu Jack is coming in right now. He is
40 something, I think. He's been around since early 2000.
Box Rec, but apparently he does have a fight coming up. It has not been made on Box Rec currently, but just looking at potential opponents. He's 41 years old.
Yeah, he's been around since early, like the 2000s. I remember, but from Sweden, he's been around for a long time. So
as you climb up in weight, you can extend your career. It's been history has shown us.
Right.
Also, though, Strap is intrigued by this one, and I kind of hinted at this leading up to the fight, but there's that rematch out there with Daniel Dubois because is it the IBF, I believe?
Yes, the IBF. So it's a very interesting loop, and I don't know. I've not done my research on this. Can you? Maybe Manny Pacquiao did it, where you could fight concurrently in 2 weight categories and be a champion in both. Like you could do it in the UFC. We've seen Bones Jones do it. We've seen fighters have done it where they could go. They both heavyweight champ and light heavy. In the UFC.
What about Canelo?
Maybe
Canelo.
I feel like he has. He has.
So what's out there from the Usyk camp? This is not official information, but like either Cam, I think, or LT said earlier that Usyk is looking at being a concurrent heavyweight champ, undisputed, and also a concurrent undisputed cruiserweight. But what could be the spanner in the work is they took away his IBF belt, and it's now being held by Dubois. And right now, according to IBF, there has to be an eliminator for the contender, and that elimination fight to create that contender would be Ajagba versus Bakole. Right now, as you've seen in Riyadh, from the ring post-ring entrance of Dubois wants to give. It looks like he wants to give that chance to Usyk because it's much enticing for Usyk because it's following his timeline on what he needs to do before he pivots down to cruiserweight to clean up. So I don't know how that will look like if IBF is going to let that happen and ignore the Ajagba Bakole situation, or it's at the end of the day, it's the money that makes sense here.
Turkey has mentioned that he would make that fight. Daniel Dubois made one of the nicest call outs I've ever seen live. It was very kind. It was like, I want my revenge. I was like, okay,
He stuttered and
yeah,
everything. I'm like, yo,
yeah. But it's like, I see this guy in the ring, and he means business. So it's just funny to see that. But
So
Turkey has said he will make the fight, so it's out there.
hold on, this fight with Joseph Parker. That's concrete on February 25th.
yes. So that's already
So
in
that's
there.
out there.
But that's another thing. We should not look over this fight. With Joseph Parker has changed his game a little bit, and he showed that when he fought Jang. So when he beat Jang, I was like, oh,
Yeah,
I didn't know that fighter anymore. I didn't know. I mean, I'm saying I know who Joseph Parker is, but he's not an easy fighter. It's not something that we should just skip over. Like he won't be there. Yeah.
I think he changed his strength routine, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
Because he looked a lot more explosive. He looked
Yep.
quick and agile. Like he looked like a different fighter at that point in his career, being 32. So he still got some legs underneath him. So Dane Dubois, Joseph Parker, 222, 25. That's gonna be a great card. I know we're gonna get to it, but damn, that's gonna be a great card.
Yes. So I mean, it's bringing there's a lot of storyline in this that is going to be interesting. Does he want the IBF? Does he want to really be that guy holding all the rings in two-way? Hey, the sky's the limit for an Usyk. Yes, if you let another person tell it, Okoli will say he's running away from me. He just heard he just heard I came to heavyweight. Now he's going back to cruiserweight. Because you remember, like Okoli was chasing him, so like, because Okoli also swept up the cruiserweight, wasn't he? Like,
he want problems.
So Okoli was the unified champ back then. So I don't, so Lawrence Okoli. So I don't know.
I'll tell you what, the most efficient thing, in my opinion, would be to go get Gilbert Ruiz, kill two birds with one stone, to get both of those belts.
Right.
Yeah.
But
let's make it happen.
Hey, Usyk, salute to
time
you.
will tell.
What about Fury though? What's next for Tyson Fury? Like, does he go fight Joshua in Wembley? Like, go make a big money fight? Take a break?
He just following these two fights. I mean, before the these two fights that he just had with Usyk, he had a exhibition fight. I don't know if it was a real fight with Francis Ngannou. I mean, he needs to just take a break, just relax it a little bit, He's what's out there for him? I mean,
did we get a purse amount?
A break?
No, I've always heard about the fight of being made with Anthony Joshua at Wembley. Like, that's just something that's always been talked about because they know how much fanfare there will be around that and how much money they will make. So
right,
I think that's. I mean, I feel like if there's an intriguing build up to the fight, I don't know. I feel like Fury washes Joshua, but that's why they fight. You got to see heavyweight boxing. Yeah, anything's possible.
Yeah,
right. It's entertainment at this point. That's the thing. Like, if Usyk goes down to cruiserweight, those belts got to go somewhere, and so Fury can be champion again if that's what he wants. So it's really, what does he want? What is he in it for? Again, like I said, these foreign, these guys across the pond have different motivations. So time will tell.
And we'll see. At one point in Tyson Fury's career, he said the fight with Usyk would never be a big fight because Westerners.
Back in 2020, yes.
Westerners were, supposed to be the heavyweight champion.
Yeah.
So kind of eating his words a little bit, man. Let a Ukrainian wash him twice. So,
I mean, to his defense, that same Ukrainian washed AJ too twice. So like, he's cleaning up. he colonized the UK. He's cleaning up. The same Ukrainian beat Chisora. Same Ukrainian.
I want to jump in before I know we were about to move on. All right, Tyson Fury's last few opponents: Usyk, Ngannou, Chisora, Dylan White, Deontay Wilder. That's his 1, 2, 3, 4. That is his last 5 opponents. Outside of Usyk, does any of those names catch you as, anything that helps your legacy? I know Wilder was the knockout artist, but we all know the skills were a limiting factor there. Then you fight Dylan White, Derek Chisora, and then at Francis Ngannou was basically a sideshow, and you almost got dropped. So just to put it in perspective, the last chunk of his career, what he's been in the ring with. So
yeah. And then you bring up a good point because he might be a legacy guy, and he might want to get Anthony Joshua for the legacy. I mean, I think he stated that he's a legacy guy, so that might be the motivation moving forward is to, put the names of his era, on his belt. So,
so would you say? Okay, let's talk about legacy. Would you say Usyk is a Hall of Fame boxer? I think it's. Would you put him in that category?
Absolutely.
Okay. Would you put Deontay Wilder in the Boxing Hall of Fame?
Ooh.
2 times. I mean, one. He has not defended his heavyweight before. Has he defended? Yeah, he's defended multiple times.
He defended a belt, but he never held multiple belts in that division.
What do we equate his greatest victory? Was it King Kong?
Ooh.
He had Burns Devon. That was a great victory because he beat a champ. Remember? That's how he got the belt, right? The
WBC. Yeah, LT, you right. The body language says it all. I mean, Deontay Wilder, we love him, American heavyweight. He was titled the Bronze Bomber because of his bronze medal at I can't remember if it was the 04 Olympics in Athens or 08 in Beijing.
Oh, yeah.
The Bronze Bomber. Trying to take off off of the great Joe Lewis's name, and didn't move divisions and didn't hold multiple belts. So
I'm not gonna sit here and pretend that Stavern was anything great. That was listen.
He was just a champ. He was
the reason Deontay Wilder was significant in that era is because there was a void of great American heavyweights, and we know that all of the talent was in the sweetheart divisions of the welterweights, the junior welterweights, going up into the right. And so now there is a resurgence of the heavyweights, and this is. But I got to keep it a buck.
Okay,
man.
so okay, I that's hard because I was gonna say Anthony Joshua would be in the same. Like Anthony Joshua did fight a Klitschko who was aging, I guess.
Yes, you see, that's different. Notice I said American heavyweights,
and he retained his belt, so he lost it and he got it back. He got back his belts. Yet he was holding belts. Deontay had one belt. AJ had multiple belts. I think he had WBO, he had IBF, he had all other belts.
Yeah, 3 belts. He had 3 belts.
Yeah. So maybe AJ. I mean, Tyson Fury, would Tyson Fury be in the Hall of Fame? I think he deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. And
that is it's a tough discussion.
Yeah. But anyways, legacy. We talk about legacy acts.